What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to highlight a client testimonial. One of my clients, Dan, just finished some time here in the Physique Lab, got an amazing result. I think he's down around 22 pounds, living his best life now. So I wanted you guys to get an opportunity to hear about what the Physique Lab coaching program is like, not for me, but someone who's been through the program and got the same kind of result that you're probably desiring right now. And before we hear what Dan has to say, I do want to let you know two quick things. So if you're interested in learning more about the Physique Lab coaching program after watching this video, what I'm going to do is put a thumbnail on the screen below where I'm talking, and I will also link that video up here in the card and in the video description below. So either up here or down below, click on that video and you can learn about all of the details within the Physique Lab coaching program to see if it's a good fit for you. The second thing that I would like to mention is that there will also be a link down in the video description for you to book a Zoom call with me to talk about where you are at the moment, where it is you'd like to get to, and how we might be able to help you. Honestly, I would recommend watching the video first just to get a feel for what the program is like, but either option, both of those links will be down in the video description. And with that, let's get into it. All right, so I'm here with Dan, who just wrapped up 16 weeks within the Physique Lab coaching program. And, instead of me telling you about his experience in the program, I wanted you guys to hear it from him himself. So I'm just going to run through some questions here so you guys can get a good idea of what it would potentially be like to join the Physique Lab coaching program. So what's going on, Dan? How you doing today?
Hey, doing well. How are you, Tyler?
Doing well. Busy day, but busy is good,
Yeah,
right? So I
there
guess
you
to
go.
start off, just to kind of give people an idea, like tell me a little bit about where you were before you started the program and where are you at now that you've gone through the program?
So when I started the program, I was at about 190 pounds. I'm 5'10" and was 190, and now I'm down to just over 160. So definitely lost a lot and lost the gut in the
Mhm.
process as well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I think when we officially ended the 16 weeks, it was somewhere around that 25-pound mark. But obviously, since then, you've
Right,
continued to use the tools we've given you and you've kept losing that weight. So that's
right.
definitely awesome to hear. And I guess what would you say is the biggest result that we achieved together in the program? Would you say it's having lost that weight, or is it something else that's tied into that as well?
It's definitely something else. Losing the weight, that was great,
Okay.
but really it's just the education. I'm eating so much better. I'm
Mm.
so much more active. I'm healthier, more energetic, just really doing better all the way around. And, just as you just said, after at the end of the program, I was about 22 pounds down. Now I'm even more than that because, you taught me so much. Now I know exactly about what I'm putting in my body, how it's going to affect me. And so now I'm where I want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can dive into that a little bit later on as far as like key takeaways and things like that. It sounds like that
Yeah.
made a huge impact on you. But yeah, man, what made you want to sign up in the first place?
Was just getting older, just like we all are, and was
Yeah.
just feeling more tired. Lack of energy. Saw myself gaining a lot of weight, and was not happy with that. I've got an 8-year-old daughter. I want to be able to keep up with her, and that was getting harder and harder as she got older. So, knew I needed to make a change, and I'd tried gym memberships, and I tried eating better, but I didn't really know what I was doing at that point in time. There's so much food out there that it is marketed as being beneficial for you, but then when you really get into it, it's really not. So
Yep.
just tracking my macros, yes, it's a big pain in the rear, but it is highly effective. And then once that became routine for me, and then and now it is so much easier. Back starting out the first couple weeks, it was a drag, having to log everything and just learning how to use the tools and all that. But now that after those first couple weeks, it really just became a breeze. The Avatar app is real convenient, especially being able to scan stuff. So that's what a lot of it comes down to, is just nutrition and what I was putting in my body, and that's why I'm doing so much better now.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely takes a couple of weeks to get up to speed on everything, but the goal of the
Yeah.
program would be eventually to get you to a point where those things are on autopilot. And it sounds like, you've been able to
Right.
do that and you've demonstrated that since leaving the program. But I think I want to back it up there because I think I remember towards the beginning, your wife was a little bit hesitant about joining. I know there was some stuff as far as like you relaying that to her and communicating it, but just like walk me through what that was like. And then maybe someone who's like, oh, I'm not sure if my wife would be on board with this either.
Yeah, that was my fault, relationships, communication, all that good stuff. And so, it's an investment, and it's definitely a chunk of money. And so, at first, yeah, she was very hesitant about, whether or not this was a good idea. And once again, this was all totally my fault. Tyler, you did offer, get on a call all together and everything. And that would, so that she could, hear everything directly from you as well. And I did not take you
Mhm.
up on that, that's my fault. But then it was maybe about somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks into the program that, after she had seen everything that you're doing and how it all worked. And she made a comment to me that she was surprised that you were charging as little as you were for it, for everything that I was getting, and for everything that you were providing, between all the nutrition coaching, the nutrition app, all the workout coaching, the workout app, and just being available to me for the questions that I had. I know I was hitting you with a ton of questions up front in the beginning. What do I do about this? What should I do with this? And then yeah, you got me all squared away, and then I'm just able to apply that now. And I'm not asking as many questions anymore because I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing and I'm seeing things working.
Yep, it's awesome. And I think you kind of transitioned there from like sort of the start of the program into, being in the program. So what would you say the experience of working with me was like?
It was great. I did have a few concerns up front, just about you being remote and everything. But I think in a lot of ways I liked it better because I felt like you were more available, that I was able to just, quickly chat you or text you a message or a question or something.
Hmm.
And you were always very responsive and able to get back to me quickly. Whereas if I was working with somebody locally, that I might wait until, if I had a session with them once or twice a week, I might wait to ask them that question until that time.
For
And
sure.
so I did really, really like that you were available to me, obviously not 24/7, but,
Yeah,
with
gotta
very good
sleep.
response time.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. And then what would you say is like your favorite part about my coaching style or how I approach things with you within the program?
You're not judgmental at all. This is something that when you're getting into it, it can be a little nerve wracking. Going to a gym, working out. Because if it's something you've not done before, you can be apprehensive about it, just not really knowing where to start. And no, am I going to be judged and all that. And as there were days that my macros were just totally not where not on
Yeah.
target whatsoever.
Yeah.
But then also you're very understanding of that. I've got, as I said, I've got an 8-year-old. I'm a business owner as well. Life can sometimes be absolutely psychotic, tons of
Mhm.
stuff going on. And so sometimes it was just a matter of I've just got to eat, fast food because it's just my only option. And every single time, that's really the beauty of the program, is that you're like, okay, that happened. Cool. Whatever. Now, moving forward, we might need to work a little bit harder for a bit, or, cut some calories out down the line or something. But even those days when, my macros were way off, it's not like everything was a lost cause, and that it's like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, we're past the point of no return here. It's not worth moving forward. It's just, all right, roll with it. And the as you've said to me numerous times, it's about building these consistent
Mhm.
habits. You don't need to be perfect all the time, but
Yep.
get in these habits, start doing this stuff, and then the pounds just naturally will be coming off.
Definitely. Yeah, I think I do a good job of being understanding that you're a human and not a robot, and you're not just going to hit all of these targets with 100% consistency and
Right.
efficiency, and just being there to be able to tailor things along the way and kind of optimize to
Hmm.
what I always say to people on the initial calls, like, I'm in your corner at all times, making sure you're making
Right.
decisions that are going to put you forwards instead of 10 steps backwards. And I feel like you kind
Mhm.
of got to experience that. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. And now that you've sort of been through the program, I think you touched on it a little bit earlier, but what would you say is like the biggest lifestyle change or takeaway that you've had?
It's been it's it's hard to pick just one. My
Hmm.
physical activity is way up. Being able to get those workouts in that you designed for me has been really good. I was able to feel a big difference in my strength, just doing just stupid routine stuff. Like leaving the grocery store and carrying
Yeah.
bags, and it's I kind of had in my head these were going to be heavier than they were, but they're feeling lighter. This is
Yeah.
cool. And then the just the food intake and being able to understand all that now, and you got to be hitting protein targets every single day, as close as you can, obviously.
Yeah. For
But
sure.
it's really, you took a lot of the well, really, you took all the guesswork out of it for me, to where now
Hmm.
it's a formula, and ultimately it's up to me whether or not I decide to follow that formula. So it's all totally in my control. I can, if I want to, I can just like binge on Oreos on it, if I want to, and
Not
just
recommended, not
log it all.
recommended, but you could.
Right? Yeah, would not recommend it, but it
Yeah.
is doable, and
Yeah.
and just being able to see, just it really, it's a mathematical equation, and it
Yeah.
really, you've got it broken down that simply, to where it's just, you will get out of this program what you put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like a lot of times too, it's something where someone who may not be in the program yet, it's kind of one of those situations where maybe you don't know what you don't know since you're not aware of those things and you're not aware of
Yes.
that formula yet. So what would you
Right.
say is the biggest thing that you learned from the program that you think someone on the outside would benefit from having gone through the program? It
Just the
could be
way,
related to what you said too, as well. Like if it's a similar
yeah,
answer, it's kind of a
just the
similar
way your
question.
nutrition affects you.
Yeah.
There's all this stuff out there, that's touted as being, healthy, like a granola bar. That's healthy, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
know, like, God, just look at a smoothie. Like a
Mm-hmm.
smoothie. Oh, that's really healthy, right? And then
Yeah.
you look at it and you look at the amount of sugar that's in there and the amount of carbs, and it's like, that is nowhere near healthy. That is not what you need to
Yeah.
be, drinking. But previously, prior to this, if I did do something like that, it'd be like, oh, I'm doing something good for myself. And
Yeah.
no, you're not.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
that
It's all
that for me is
contextual.
right. Definitely.
Yeah. Sort of like figuring out how to fit those kind of things. Not that you can't have a smoothie, but how does that impact your daily totals,
Right.
your weekly averages, things like that, and being able to fit that in. But yeah, I totally agree because there's certain things out there. You could be eating Chick-fil-A salads all day and still be gaining weight and wonder like, why the heck is the scale not going down? But it's because, you don't understand some of these key principles. But yeah, man, last question that I've got for you is what would you tell someone who maybe they've talked to me, maybe they've seen me on social media, they're interested about the program, but like they're on the fence. Like, what kind of words would you have to that type of person? Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe you had come to me in February, and then we had another call maybe 5 or 6 months later. That's when you actually decided to pull the trigger and join the program. So speak to those
Right.
types of people.
It was it was a long time, and I just pull the trigger and do it. Yes, it's a time investment. It's a monetary investment as well. But
Mm.
the sooner you do it, the better off you're going to be. And like I said, I've learned so much that now it's not like, we did this and then, okay, I'm done now. This is stuff that I'm going to have with me for the rest of my life. My entire
Mm.
family's eating better now. We're all more active now,
Mm.
just tracking, a lot more. And we've my wife ended up losing about 10 pounds as well. Just
Awesome.
she was not in the program, but just as we were doing stuff
Yeah.
together and everything,
Hmm.
we're working out together. I'm doing taekwondo with my daughter, and that's been a lot of fun as well. Being able to have an active activity like that I can be doing
Yeah.
with her.
Hmm.
So I really cannot recommend this enough, and I do not say this lightly, but this, what you've done for me really is life changing. And being
Appreciate
able
that.
to see the results, and then even better, being able to have that knowledge now to just carry with me for the rest of my life. And now I need to buy new pants, and that's a good thing.
New shirts, yeah. The common side
Right.
effect of going through the Physique Lab program, you have to buy a new wardrobe. Not
Yes.
sorry for it though. It's a good problem
Right.
to have.
Good problem. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure having you in the program. I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to do an interview / testimonial style, question format kind of thing. Yeah, I hope this is inspiring to people who are out there watching this, who are maybe on the fence, and maybe this video right now and hearing the kind of results you had, how you enjoyed the program and all that will be the determining factor in sort of getting them over that fence, because I'm confident that I could help them get results just like we helped you get some results. So yeah, man, I appreciate it. And thanks again for your time.
Definitely. Yeah,
Awesome.
of course.
All right, guys, there you have it. You heard from Dan himself about his experience and results here in the Physique Lab coaching program. So again, if you're interested, click on the program overview video down in the video description, or if you want to just get on a call directly, there will be a link for that down in the description as well. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.